The first speaker today is the Honourable Michelle Lensink, Shadow Minister for the Environment and Conservation. Please welcome Michelle.
Thank you, John. And can I acknowledge my parliamentary colleagues and also Mr. Peter Manuel. Peter's done an outstanding job of raising this issue with members of Parliament and with the community and getting this on the agenda. He's been fearless in ringing talkback radio, attending public meetings and standing up for the rights of landholders and for organising today, and I'd like to pay tribute to Peter for all his hard work. Well done. This is the second flag rally that I've attended. I attended the meeting at Strathalbyn, as a lot of you would, and Isabel, our leader, got up and spoke there, and I think she made her views on this issue pretty well known. She's pretty fed up with a lot of the ideological agendas that have been going on that are driven under the banner of environmental issues, and being a Hills representative and a person who represents a large part of the Fleurieu, she's well aware of these issues, and she's been attending a lot of meetings right from the start when water prescription in the Adelaide Hills first was put on the agenda. And so the water prescription that's taking place in the eastern and western Mount Lofty ranges, we believe that when there's less than 10% of the subcatchments are under stress, why would you apply the same rules across the board to areas that are pressured as to those that aren't? And as you know, there's a lot of issues with how the NRM boards are going about trying to impose rules on everyone. It's resulting in lost production. There's a lack of understanding of how landowners actually manage their resources and in a sustainable way. I mean, we appreciate that you guys want to have a resource that you can continue farming into the future, so you don't want to kill the goose that lays the golden egg, and in fact are already doing things sustainably. There's all the control is in the hands of the NRM boards, and they want to take away all the rights of landowners to manage their properties in a sustainable way, and we don't agree with that. And along with my colleagues in the upper house, we've been trying to amend the Natural Resource Management Act to bring some common sense into this approach. And it's really unfortunate that the Parliament has to try and legislate for common sense. That shouldn't be our job. That should be what's happening naturally. So there's a whole lot of amendments, and I've spoken to FLAG. There's a document on my website which talks about all the things that I think are wrong with the NRM Act. And unfortunately, it's a bit of a case for the Liberal Party of we told you so, not to you guys, but to the Parliament and to the people of South Australia. When the amalgamation of the water catchment boards, the pest plant and soil boards came about in 2004, we said it's going to be bureaucratic, there's too much power that's placed in the boards and in the minister, and it's going to be very, very costly. And what have we got? We had amendments that weren't supported in the upper house, so some of those things went through, including to do with powers of authorised officers, and so those are all things that we're trying to pull back while well, certainly from the upper house. My personal view, I've been Shadow Minister for the Environment for about 4 years, and I don't think any environment agency should ever be put solely in charge of anything that's going to have an economic impact on anyone. And it's not just this, it's marine parks, it's anywhere where people are involved in sustainable production or sustainable yield from the oceans, as they are in marine parks, where the environment agencies just have been allowed to run off on a merry frolic without any reference to the Department of Primary Industries, who have a lot more understanding of what's going on. So that's, if we win office in 2014 and I'm the Environment Minister, that'll be front of mind for me. I've got a very simple message for the people today. Nothing will change unless the government changes in 2014, because the Labor Party does not understand people in regional areas. They don't care what happens north of Jepps Cross or south of the tollgate, because they never win any seats outside of the metropolitan area. So they continuously pander to all sorts of issues which might sound good to people in the burbs, but impact on you directly. And their minister, I'm sure you'll hear more about Minister Kuiper throughout this meeting, but Minister Kuiper doesn't have a clue. And he doesn't need to have a clue because he doesn't have any country members who come knocking on his door saying, Minister, do you realise this is hurting the people of South Australia? There's no impact to the Labor Party. They just don't care about Labor people, about country people. They only care about people in the suburbs and trendy issues. So I want you to take the lead of people like Peter. You need to ring Talkback Radio. You need to bombard the newspapers. You need to make sure that Metropolitan Adelaide understands that you're hurting. I think it's a fantastic job that you've done so far raising this issue. But remember, 2014, if Labor gets back in, this will just go on the same again and again and again. And as I said, it's not just this issue, it's marine parks, because they will let their bureaucrats run along and do whatever they want, and they will not protect your interests. So good on you, and keep on going.